All right, welcome back in. We'll talk with Richmond coming up in a bit. We'll get his thoughts on this. We're going to move the mail sack up. So mail sack is next. We're going to do a crunch time mail sack today. I got an NFL quarterback's comments in my notes. We'll see if we have time for that. I did want to read a couple thoughts, though. We don't have a lot of time here, so we'll read a couple thoughts, answer a poll question that you put up yesterday after the show. I just want to go through these. So we asked, just kind of what's the vision, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a couple thoughts of the fan text line. The vision is to be a 6 to 10 seed most years, sell out a lot of games because the fan base is too nice and satisfied with the occasional first-round win. This franchise has no incentive to ever go all in for a title. 75% of Blazer fans think the current young guys on the roster are a future dynasty.
I will just say this. I created the term doing the podcast with Danny that we're not built for this when we started talking about tanking and losing games on purpose. And I have been proven right fairly quicker than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
That being said, 10 out of 10, no notes on that text. I think that is exactly accurate. Every diehard Blazer fan I know basically lives in that.
They think that this crop of young guys will turn into a title team, and they just want to win games.
They just want to be a playoff team, say they're a playoff team, and then be cool with it, and then move on with their...
Entertain me through April, and then I'm fine. Yeah, send me home packing, that's fine. Yes. Another one said, we've been waiting for 2 years for this draft, and now we blew that too. There just isn't a vision. It's moves to make moves. They're competitive, sure, great. Another one.
There's things to like about this. I know some of that came off as fairly negative, but like yesterday didn't seem like it was pointed out very much of the negative. It was like the vision and how great and
it's been a huge sweeping success.
Yeah, and they have been better than everybody in this market thought they would be.
In the year where you didn't want to be better than we all thought you would be.
But like last year you tried to be worse for the draft's purposes. This draft's better and you were
could have pulled the plug 2 weeks ago. You could have, but you didn't.
3 weeks ago.
I don't know if I see the vision, but I think they've backed up their claims of wanting to compile a bigger, longer, stronger team moving forward. The hiccup is that while you have all this size and defensive prowess now, you don't have the it factor piece in a franchise player. That will always be the missing ingredient, regardless of their vision for the team. That's from P1 Shane. And that's
100%
I think it's a great way to put it.
Like they have built it better out.
Yes.
They're not all small dudes.
Yes.
But that is the thing now. Like Denny, good. Tamani, good. Shaden, fingers crossed, it takes the leap. Scoot, fingers crossed, it continues to grow and take a leap. Klingon, fingers crossed. It's funny. I'm listening to these podcasts. They're doing like all defensive selections, all these podcasts, these national ones.
All NBA teams, all the end of the season.
Tamani's being mentioned but not making it.
Yeah.
Because we're not thought of as an organization much around the NBA. And it's interesting listening. It's like Amen Thompson, second team all defense. And people are like, hey, Amen Thompson, man. And I'm just like,
who's he play for?
Houston.
Yeah. What seed are they?
Are
they on national TV occasionally?
Well, not as much as they probably should have been, but they're having a great year.
Yeah.
But my point is, it's just simply like the draft picks have moments that make me super happy and excited, and I'm still holding the stock. I'm just, as a stockholder, also telling you,
this is not a sure thing.
I hope tomorrow it goes up and doesn't go down. It's where I'm kind of sitting right now, and I'm rooting like hell for them to succeed. But I will acknowledge, I do like that they have built it out taller and longer than they did in the last
Without
regime.
a doubt, that was the thought process. So from that vision of how they want to build a roster, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shane hit it on the head, though. It's like, that's great. You can have as many good, lengthy defenders as you want. You got to have stars to win in the NBA. You can be a feisty little 7 seed all you want, and that's probably what the future holds for them. Who's the piece? Who's the guy you build a team around?
You're the Timberwolves without Anthony Edwards.
Yes, that's exactly who you are. Which, hey, you're not the worst team in the league, but you're not very good either. That's right where you don't want to be. 2 more thoughts here, and then we'll go on to the mail sack. Mike Richmond coming up at 8:15. We'll get his thoughts. Somebody said the Blazers are the Mariners. Model of mediocrity. The only reason they don't get the same hate is the bar is to stumble into the playoffs is much lower in the NBA, and I agree completely with that. I made that argument yesterday. It is so
They've
much
been better than the Mariners, man.
Have they?
Yeah.
How?
The Mariners have been in the playoffs like one time in 23 years.
If only 4 teams in the Western Conference made the playoffs, how many times would the Blazers have gone to the playoffs?
Oh, I can't answer that, but it's not. But that's not how.
That's his point.
Is.
His point is the bar is so much lower, so they don't get the same hate. For a long time in baseball, it was only 4 teams that made it, and then you had the 2 wild card teams, so it's technically 5. Now they've expanded in the last couple of years, so it's different in Major League Baseball. But that just started what? When did they expand the playoffs? 2 years ago?
How many times in the Dame playoff era? Look up how many times
were they a
in,
home
like,
court
the
advantage?
4? Yeah.
How many times did they have home court advantage?
Clippers series, right? No. Okay.
The year they went to the conference finals, they did.
OKC. New Orleans, but they lost that series.
They lost that series, so that's
they were
twice.
3 seed that year.
You got 2. Not the Houston series. They started on the road.
Yeah, because LaMarcus had the back-to-back 40.
Yeah. So,
I mean, not a whole lot.
that's the point. I mean, and what are our best sports memories of the Blazers in the last 25 years? What round of the playoffs did they happen in?
The NBA Finals.
In the last 25 years?
Oh, 25. I mean,
No, don't count 1977.
They were in the 90s.
Yeah.
The late 90s, they were in the West Finals. They were a quarter away. I'll push back on that. They've been better than the Mariners.
Yeah, the Mariners went to an ALCS in the early 2000s as well. I think that's spot on. Another one. Portland fans are tough and generally okay with just being good. Their fear of becoming the Wizards or the Hornets far outweighs their desire for success. And I think
for years it was you don't want to be the Pistons. The Pistons have Cade Cunningham, and they've quite literally built their team exactly how Portland did.
Yeah.
But better because they have Cade Cunningham.
You've seen teams who have built around the draft and then gone and added vets to add to their roster. And is that the move now? Do you pivot and go that direction next offseason? I'm wondering what the vision is. Wanted to read some thoughts from fans, or from listeners, and Blazer fans.